Some of the really early rhythm games, the interface is like 30 FPS plus low resolution plus lack of speed mods. Like, I can't really get into that. I tried cracking DJ. I made a point of doing that last time I went to Japan. Like, oh, there's a cracking DJ. I regret not playing this last time I had a chance to play it. And I went to play it, and I'm like, yeah, this game would be cool if I could read it. But the notes just fall too slow. It's not at all to say it's a bad game. It just... I just very much need speed mods in my rhythm games. I'm not otherwise capable of playing them. I can't read things that slow. I can't process too much info on the screen. That was good. That was good. I would not hold my breath on a sane America. I'm not hopeful on that front. How we doing? I'd like to meet Shinji one day too. I'm hopeful that maybe I'll have an opportunity in the next couple of years. There we go. This is good. We might be able to play this one. If we start this, we'll probably see it. We'll see it about as far as we can take it. Let's use this. You're able to steal a second power up there. We'll take this and we'll go over here. Don't want to waste time doing that. That wasn't great, but it's playable. Yeah, it's probably better to not go too deep into it on stream. I'm like... I don't run a no politics stream, a lot of people do, but I think it's like... I don't want to run too far from politics. I understand some people want a place to hide from it, but I also don't like. I also am like, I wear my opinions on my sleeve, and I do not want to have a community that grows to be full of people with opinions that I would find particularly odious, I'll say that. So having my politics up front does kind of help, you know, select for a certain audience. I don't want it to be a politics stream, but I also don't want to hide from it. This one over here, that should get me out. Okay, we're doing okay. I'm gonna have to read that in a little bit more detail when I get a breather here, which is... things are really busy. We're on not a great pace, but a viable pace to actually play a run out, at least. Yeah, let's see what we can get for the last. Are we going to keep the bomb, or are we going to get a laser? Definitely have the laser at that point. There we go. Yeah. So we're gonna lose time here. The question is how much. I guess I can definitely 100% say we will lose time here. That's not bad. We can play this. Other people have their views in the open than closeted, so they can be made fun of. Surely the wrong one. Just me. Still looking at. Just need to get this out of here, please. That's all. Alright, let's go a little faster than this. Especially with the stages. That being the easiest stage of the entire episode, definitely need to be moving faster. That's a little better. Gotta keep in mind there's a cutscene before the first one. I want to save my power up. I want to bring the biggest power up I can into the 5th stage. There we go. And, well, that's the biggest power up I can bring, for sure. I wouldn't mind using it here, but I think it's going to get me more mileage on stage 5. Just have to be a little bit more careful in terms of not throwing it away, because that would be bad if I lost it. And now we have our first reshape stage. So clean this up, we can try to set our bounds here. Our bounds are going to include that, and we're out. Alright, got some deeper stages, hopefully with a good shot at getting some extra power-ups here. That's what we want out of this, is to maybe mill some power-ups. There we go, we're out. L's and Z's deep, but friendly. Save as much power up as we can for stage 8. There we go, we're out. This is not the power up I want. I was hoping we'd be at least one stage better than that by now. Dynamite is not optimal, but also doing anything while I'm trying to get rid of these, because I don't need it, is better than doing nothing. Should get me out. Alright. Now we have some keys. We need a 3x3 dig. Bit more than you think up top. So we'll pay dividends when you get down to the bottom. There we go. Now we need a 4x4, but the shapes are very pleasant. Again, dig wider than you think. Future you will thank you. It's not a valid drop. It's not where I put the piece, and now we gotta actually pay attention. So if we make another mistake, we'll lose. But we got a gold. I have to see if that's actually submittable, but we'll definitely take it. If we didn't have those missed drops, it would be we would have had a pretty decent gold. But we're running now against back-to-back golds. Makes things harder from here. There is time to save beyond my gold in episode 5, I can tell you that. Alright, just need this out of the way, that's it. Just being awkward. I need to save the power up for stage 4. In an ideal world, we'd get there with a laser, and that would let us just basically burn through the entire stage. Go. That works. Greens and tees. That works. Big bomb is nice. Laser would be even better. Here, what is holding me in? And the answer is green, which is no, the blue. The blue is doing it. We're out. Let's go. Now 4x4 dig, but again, nice shapes. Anything we can hear that lets us. Go. This feels good. Wrong power up though. This is effectively the exact same stage we just did. Like, I don't think there's any variation between 4-4 and 4-6. I think they are identical. Good. And now we have 4 3x3 digs with 1 rectangle, 1 non-rectangle each. This one's going to be tricky because the shapes have a strong bias to explode in horizontal rows, which you have to do extra work to open them up vertically. Chip. Blues and Z's. Anything we can do here that gives us a chance to mill power-ups is good. Good. Greens and L's. This is a stage with a bias to break vertically. So we'll do some work to expand our breaking other dimension, horizontal dimension. out. This looks good. This looks promising. This is a 4x4 dig, so we have to expand our range of breaking. Okay, that does not look good. That's not where I dropped it, and we just lost. I really wanted to use the big bomb. I was just about to drop it, then it upgraded, and then I took a strike. These are the kind of mistakes that turn great runs into mediocre runs, and mediocre runs into dead runs. Holding me in. I just want to know what's holding me in. Is it this? Yeah. If we didn't throw away the big bomb, we would have golded that one too. Oh, that sucks. Still a live run though. These are shapes that have a tendency to go horizontal bias in how they end up breaking out. So we have to do work. Say vertical bias, the opposite of what I just said. There we go. That's not good. That is exceedingly not good. That is dead. Staring at that number like run's already dead. It's probably overstating it, but a little more focus on it. Maybe overly worried about it, but also I'd rather take a healthy skepticism. That one, we made up some time there. But it also was like we didn't get another power up to help us carry the time making up into the next stage. Step you out, and then I can clear you out, and... Alright, we're back. 50 seconds a level, we're back on a viable pace. If not necessarily a good one, but no longer in that territory where I am afraid we are dead run walking. Good. That's what we want to see. This stage is, fifth stage is a little bit harder than the ones that we just got through. It's a little bit deeper. Add a power up. 100% sure at this point if it is worth using the rocket on top of everything else that's going on. Because I think we're pretty close to the end here. Oh, that didn't break, so now I gotta deal with that. Okay, heck, that's not bad. Not bad. Alright, so what can I even do with these squares? Just gotta find a place where we can get rid of some, burn some squares. Good stage, kind of sucks. That I don't think it's going to benefit me. Looking at where my bounds are, as long as I can get to this, we can get out. Okay, we've made this one up a lot. Blues, greens, and Z's. So we're gonna do this, that. So we'll try to do this. Let's fire this before that combo ends. Let's fire that with 2 rockets. Even then 1 dynamite, although dynamite is not the worst of power-ups. Alright, so what holds me in right now? That should get me out. 7 stages in 6 minutes. I have 3 minutes for 3 stages. Get rid of this shelf here, and then I can just go. Power up. So we got alright, there we go. Now we should have blues, greens, and yellows, so awkward shapes. At this point, I'm gonna run. What the heck? Watch that activate as soon as gravity clears. Something move. Oh, looks like we got a raid. I will check on that after we're done with this stage. Welcome, raiders. I'm gonna give it just a moment. I can't see because of where my splits are, but welcome in Dawn Dust. Thank you for the raid. My splits are covering up my activity feed. Welcome in, Dawn Dust and Raiders. What are you doing tonight, Dawn? My name is Jamich. We are doing some Tetrisphere speedruns tonight, and I am stuck on pieces I really don't want to be stuck on. We're so far away from the target here, and all we need to do is get this down like this. Oh, that was bad. Basically a Shinji raid, so you're passing on the Shinji raid, I'm guessing. Voltexing badly? You're at least as good at that as I am by now. Whether you define that as badly is, you know, a personal prerogative. But, well, welcome in, everybody who hung around from Dawn stream through Shinji's stream. said, my name is Jamich, but if you're coming from Shinji's stream, you probably knew that. If you're coming from Dawn's stream, there's a pretty good chance you knew that too. I play rhythm games, but I also speedrun, and today we are speedrunning Tetrisphere. I'm trying to get my world records back, because they got stolen from me. And this stage is not going great. We were doing really well, and then we kind of had a bad 5-9. I'll have another moment to talk here pretty shortly once we get out of this stage. Okay, that's not good. Alright, I need to make a 4x4 window here, so I'm trying to figure out what's gonna allow me to do that. I think that we're gonna take this, and we're gonna grab this corner. I think this will do it. Alright, this is... we did not have a good last two stages of episode 5, but for what we want to do, we can still PB through 8 and through 10. The game runs credits 3 times, each is a category, but in order to run 1 through 10, you have to run 1 through 5, and also 1 through 8. There's no way around that. We got about another hour left in this run. Most of that time we lost in that episode. It was 5-1 was bad. 5-2 through 5-8 were really good. 5-9 was really bad, and then 5-10 was pretty mediocre. I honestly think episodes 5 through 7 are the hardest part of this run. That's where it gets rough. 8 and 9 are a bit easier, and then 10 is also really mean, but you know, it's last, you have some expectation for it. This 5 through 7 is just 30 stages without any of them being appreciably easier. Okay, I can't do anything with this. Fire that rocket, because I'm really happy to get a second rocket back in exchange. I was just working with pieces I didn't need. This is a lot of how this game goes, is managing those pieces you don't need. The game is very rude in that regard. So we need to chip that out and make sure that when we do this, we're going to have a 3x3 window that'll let us out. Favorite song in the game, and probably the best N64 soundtrack. And this is the best song on it. I'm gonna hold that power up for a moment. I don't think that... Alright, I don't want to use it though. I just need to get pieces I can actually use to progress here. Shouldn't need to use it, just need to stop getting squares and start getting some L's here. Now we're doing stuff like this. This is where things go horribly wrong, because all we needed... Okay, I'm wrong. We needed more than that. There we go. We lost some time on that one for sure. And it really wasn't much we could do about it. Alright, I don't like what I'm seeing. So we got the power-up. This is the best time to use the power-ups, is when you're stuck on a piece that does not help you progress. Ideally, you want to save the power-ups for that situation. Well, kinda, sorta. Saving power-ups has a cost, because they get pieces out of the grid much faster than doing it the hard way. Is the N64 known for good music? I don't have that impression. I don't think it's considered like the Super Nintendo. I mean, there are definitely good songs on the N64, this game, case in point. But I wouldn't say that I think the platform's known for it. But also, I'm not exactly the arbiter of it. to let gravity drop down. Oh, everything there changed after I moved it. It's really frustrating. I just need to pop this out and find a place where I can give it a new home. Let's bring this around here. And this. Just need to get the squares out. I think we're done. No, almost. Oh, what is holding me in? It's really bad when I don't know what's holding me in. That's where runs die. You lose so much time there when that happens. You get lost like that. So this is a 4x4, which means it's going to take longer. I don't know if the N64 has a reputation in terms of sound one way or another. Like where the SNES definitely has a reputation for good music, and the Genesis has a reputation for some questionable sound fonts that were used in a lot of games. A very specific sound to them. Out. This has to get us out, right? Yeah. We dug out way too much. It's not great. Again, that's the kind of situation that costs you a lot of time when you over-dig. Trying to avoid waste. Throw the big bomb down. The big bomb is actually takes a lot of time to build it up, but it works really well, especially for these levels that are 3x3 digs. Out. Alright, so let's set up what our bound's gonna do. If we do that, this should get us out. There we go. You gotta actually look around and be like, how much do I have to dig? What really is my limit? How do I avoid overshooting it? But the counterpoint is when you're at the top of the stage here, you do have to do more than you think because it's going to taper off as you go down. You can make a drop like that one where you're breaking things at multiple heights. That can be a big advantage. Get a lot more done before you do that way. Get rid of these. Still stuck. There's no measure by which that is what I need. That should get me out. Alright, not bad. This is a deeper stage for some reason. Drop this because I'm going to use green, and then it's going to give me a misdrop because it's going to drag the piece where I tell it to go. I'm pretty dang used to that happening to me at this point. Now we actually have to be careful. All I need is this and we're out. But I have to be careful about it. We have 2 stages, a minute, a little over a minute, something to hold. I'll hold the power up for the last. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold the power up for the last stage. This is already just so. set. Do this. We're out. Now we have a decent chance at recovering some time here. We won't gold, that's not on the table, but decent chance of still making up some time. These reds are just a problem right now. Go this way. Highest part remaining. So now the hard part, one of the biggest difficulties is actually visualizing the bounds of the 4x4 rectangle square we need to carve out. It's a square. It's a rectangle, but more specifically it's a square. Right, so then we can do this. We can put this over. Do two up here, that one. T is the number one thing I don't need at the moment. Save time. Wasn't amazing, but we saved time. Next episode's a little tough, but episode 8, you can see we have decent amount of time available. Really my focus is really on episode 10, though. I think we will play this out here unless things go incredibly terribly. So. Two. What are the bounds of the area that's going to sweep out? That. Pick this up, bring these around, which will give us get us out of here quicker. Alright, 7-2, yellows, L's, and T's. Go this at the pile. Real small part because I'm not seeing a lot of things to do with the T's that I am getting teased with. This song is called Phase. This should get us out. Nope. Stuck under there. It's going to be a moment before I can actually... I have to remove this T, and then I have to wait for a yellow. Once I've got the yellow, I can get out. So you can only break a piece if it's at least partially exposed from the top. It doesn't have to have a window all the way up to the surface. It just needs to have one space above it uncovered. I'd say just, but... definitely a notable ask in many circumstances. Alright, so let's see here. What we are going to need to do is clean all this out. What is going to hold me in here is we're going to get as much of that as we can. So that means now I need to mill till I get the piece that I need here. We're out. This isn't going great. Could be worse, but definitely could be better. Here. I drop this now. Dynamite is the second level power-up. There are 6 levels of power-up. Dynamite has a wide area of effect. Relative to how much time it takes to earn it, it probably removes the largest number of blocks from the screen. which is nice when the area of effect is something you actually need, and that is beneficial for you in context of what you're trying to do. So chip that, clean this up. This should do it. There we go. One nice thing about this episode is no 4x4s. In fact, there's one that's a 2x2, which is a nice break. It's a otherwise very awkward stage to do, but the fact that it's 2x2 helps out with that situation a lot. We're gonna fire this in here because we got just mess for days. Still pretty well choked up on yellows. There we go. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. So we'll want to start saving up. Saving the power up. Any point is probably just worth playing the same game we've been playing with power ups. Let's see. The next stage does have worse pieces, so the power up does have value in that regard. So, this is not useful. My corner is this yellow. That's holding me in. And we're out. Alright. Let's see here. So 7-8 is apparently what I'm thinking of. This is definitely not. This is still a 3x3. This, we'll pick up that other power up that's sitting over there after we're done here. Sweep. I do with this. Get the squares out, sweep around, figure out what my boundary is going to be. And it should just be this. There we go. And now we have a power up the next one. So this is only a 2x2, but you can see it's closer to the screen. It's more menacing. This is not looking like a great opportunity for my blocks going straight down. So I decided to grab the power up. Only a 2x2, so we don't need to spend a lot of time worrying about widening our area. We just need to go. Of course, it does require that we actually get pieces that let us just go. Alright, 7-9, yellows, L's, and T's. So we got a problem here. Just start with 4 yellows and can't use them. That's a piece that got partially destroyed and did not get properly cleaned up at the engine the first time. Yeah, these shapes are going to have a tendency to break horizontal. So we have to be careful with that and make an effort to expand vertically. do want them. They're our main thing with our hand. There we go. 8:33. We can hold this. We can hold this clock. This stage is not. This is not a 4x4. If this were a 4x4, we wouldn't be able to hold this clock, but we also wouldn't have such a good time to run against anyway. Down, over. Let's get rid of some of this. Trapped in just for this blue. Saved a little more time. Alright, if we can have a good 7, we can, or good 8, we can save time yet. So this, we only need a 2x2. The requirements from here on out change, and I won't say they ease up, but there are a lot more 4s from here on out, but there's also a bunch of... No, there aren't a lot more 4s. There's more 2s than there used to be. The pattern now goes 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4. So we're hoping for levels like that, especially the early ones. There we go. That's what we want to see. Hope everyone's having a good night, because I think we have a good shot at this. We do still have a decent amount of time left, so I don't want to be too celebratory. There's still lots of time for things to go wrong. I feel like we have a decent shot on this run. It's probably not the run, and I think there's definitely still room for me to do better, but it's not looking bad. Alright, we need greens, T's, and Z's. Again, still want to go as straight down as the pieces are going to allow us to. Which is, again, not always something we have that much choice, that much control over. Bring this down. Oh, and then bring this down. Alright, now we're going to start using power-ups, because now we need to do 3x3. We don't necessarily want to just come right out of the gate and use the power-ups. We want to use them when we are in a position where we've used up most of the super obvious stuff. We can chip that out. This. That's how we want to do it. Alright, 8-6, blues, yellows, T's. We have all this written down. Not just memorizing it. It actually wouldn't be all that beneficial to memorize the shapes. Memorizing the sizes you need to do is actually very beneficial, but memorizing the shapes would have very diminishing returns. Down. Now you can see the game's trying to put time pressure on me. I only care so much because I'm not intending to run out of time here. I'll take the extra second and we'll get out of the stage cleanly. Greens, L's, and Z's. this, so try to find something. We're gonna use the dynamite. Sweep out a pretty wide area. Should do it. We got under 3 minutes, 3 stages. Bruce. The wrong set of things here. So actually, once upon a time, I wrote a BMS chart to this song. I did not write many BMS charts. I wrote a lot more DDR charts than BMS charts, but this was one I did a BMS to. Alright, yellows, L's, no, blues, greens, and Z's. So let's throw this down. There. We do have to worry about a 4x4 on this one, so there's going to be some value to holding the power up. So we do need to make sure that out of the way and that. Alright, we have a minute for gold. And it's nice shapes, but like it's still going to be a 4x4. Nice shapes don't make it not a 4x4. Put that up there. Since there is a sub-run PB to be had in the vicinity, let's go all out to try to get it. Sweep this area as clean as we can. What's that? Anyway, we're out. We have a PB. I'm gonna hit the bathroom because I got a 2-minute cutscene. Enjoy it.